Okay, so to those that don't want to listen or participate, I say okay. I don't want to do a disservice to those who do, right? And they came through, when I woke up, I checked things out. They were like, keep moving. It's just that it was surprising to see people who were saying don't listen to him, going and paraphrasing me and stuff. So, it's all good. It's in the past. I don't hold grudges like that. But I did mean what I said, and it is possible. Did you know that India is the fastest growing country in terms of IT? And at the moment there are tools that can give you the ability to create apps for specific reasons, and there are safeguards in place whereby the people who donate to these causes of encouraging young entrepreneurs to donate and not have their money squandered, because there will be a background check, a check for vision, a check for passion, a check for a second plan in case the plan fails, and a money back into the entrepreneurial funding account, which will be funded by people from all sorts of walks of life and from a lot of different places. And it won't just cater to the locals. We have the African Bank, so it means a lot of people out there in Africa who are innovating for their countries can then also benefit from this cause. And the applications, which I will put in detail when the time comes, more like the application will be focused on how to make it easier for all of these countries, and we know there are a lot of these countries, how to make it easier. So the passion that a lot of young entrepreneurs have is lost because they don't have the support that they need from their communities, and they're fighting with older businessmen who don't want them to succeed because they might just be potential competition, right? So some want to have monopolies, and there is an end to that. And combining the ingenuity of different people so that they can put their minds together, right? When you see that this fits into this and it works with this, then you can connect those people. They can put their minds together and come up with a product. It is the African Silicon Valley that I'm trying to envision. And I think it's about time. It could be like, why am I saying this? Why am I just not, keeping it to myself? Someone might hear it and run away with the idea. No. If they hate and run away with the idea, then they would be doing me a service. Right? So, I'm very enthusiastic about next year. Now, I'm not under the illusion that it's easy. No, it's not easy. Nor am I under the illusion that it will just work. I'm not. But I think we have enough proxies and connections whereby we can actually have kids get a motivational talk from some of the big entrepreneurs or artists that they dream about meeting or that they aspire to becoming. And a lot of them are willing to do this. That are interested in philanthropy and seeing a fair education platform and fairer education institutions for both girls and boys, and how to sort of help the girls dream further than their traditional boundaries, and the boys also how to help them dream beyond the boundaries of their imagination. Now, coming specifically to Namibia, this is a huge country. It's bigger than most countries in Europe. A few can probably fit in it, but it's underutilized. And our excuse is that, it's sub-Sahara Africa. And that to me isn't a valid answer. There is a lot we can do to turn these things around. I mean, I'm speaking from experience. When we came here, it was a rocky place and had to pick up that pick and break some rocks in order to plant some trees. And now the soil is fertile. Right? The soil has changed. And this is possible all over, and I speak about agriculture a lot because agriculture means that you don't need external sources for food production. I mean, we have a good beef industry, but what else? It still vexes me that we have a red line within our own country, which is almost like a border check, and not outside our country, where the potential for diseases for cattle is more prominent. If people take their animals, they'll bring them back. Because I have no problem with those animals being checked and then come through drugs and stuff, because there are a lot of people who are related to people who live in Angola and vice versa. So it's not about changing a partnership, it's about strengthening it. And we can keep talking about it. I've been talking about the red line for a long time, and in Parliament it's supposedly been suggested, but the importance is still not carried forward. And that's why I think it's better for people to actually have access to the tools, resources and so forth from their own communities, so that they can improve their own livelihoods, as opposed to waiting for the government to make up their mind. It's not saying the government isn't able, it's saying that the process is too long, and there are cut me off. Okay, I was cut off for a minute. But yeah, the prospect of investing in your own family, in your own community, that is something I can respect. And as a person who believes in planning for all things, almost obsessively so, I believe it even more. I was thinking about freeloaders, and when I said freeloaders, or in the way that I stated it, I was simply saying people who would look at you with scorn in the streets and yet think that you're of value, and then they basically run off with your ideas and become accomplished copycats. I think it's they say copying is being copied is flattering, whatever. But if you cannot acknowledge the real person behind everything, then you are not only too prideful, but you lack a sense of moral ethic that most people would just have. I mean, isn't it embarrassing to have to bug someone instead of asking? I think so. I mean, it was cool and all in the beginning, but now you don't know who has access to eat or what, and I've been proven right. A lot of times I've done my litmus tests on whether or not I'm exaggerating or whether it's the truth, and it's proven to be the truth. And that to me is a bit discerning. I wasn't talking about freeloaders as in, family, family's family. Some friend, and your love interest is your love interest, but who comes in and decides how you should do things if they don't reveal themselves, right? So yeah, now there's the Android phones are being hacked, they're hackable and so forth, and what do they have to gain from mine? I'm not saying anything too little of myself. I'm just concerned about who the information goes to, because there are people who can abuse certain privileges, and that has been my concern. But otherwise, I think so everybody has goals for each year and whatever that they make in January. I don't. I've made my plan for quite some time, and I think it's time to execute it. Sort of press the button and say start. There's a lot of work ahead in 2017, and a lot of different communities with different beliefs, different ways of living that need their minds to be free. So, the more free minds we have, the better off we'll be. I'm not talking about revolutions. I'm more talking about reform. So, if you're with me, then, let's go.